Idioms are phrases that are used figuratively in languages that are generally untranslatable. The meaning of an idiom is derived from the groups of words used together and not from the individual words used in them. These phrases are normal to native speakers of a language, but they are strange to people who are less familiar with a language. To understand idioms, one has to look at the entire group of words in conjunction with keeping in mind that they are figurative in nature. Thus, one should not get lost in the details of specific words but look at the entire group of words as a whole to decipher their meanings. There are 4 types of idioms: pure idioms, binomial idioms, partial idioms, and prepositional idioms. Pure idioms are typical phrases that are used in a figurative manner in speech, and they are essentially the textbook definition of idioms. Generally, the original meaning of the idiom has been forgotten, so it cannot be analyzed logically in modern speech. They, however, are still used and their meaning is derived similarly to when the figure of speech first became widely used in a language. The idiom, "spill the beans," is an example of a pure idiom, and it means to inform or to divulge a secret. It's considered a pure idiom, as the origin and original meaning is unknown to most who use it, nor is it necessary to know its origin in order to use and understand the phrase correctly. A binomial idiom is an idiomatic phrase that contains 2 words that are joined by a conjunction or preposition. The words used in the phrase that are joined typically function in opposition to one another to form an impactful and figurative statement. In the binomial idiom, sooner or later, we can see that 2 words that have opposite meanings are joined by a conjunction. This phrase is typically attached to a clause and means that something will occur in the future, despite us not knowing precisely when. A partial idiom is one that is shortened in speech between native speakers as the second part of it is generally known. Therefore, it is unnecessary to use the entire phrase as its meaning is conveyed to an audience by just using the shortened form of it. The partial idiom, "birds of a feather," is taken from the full idiom, "birds of a feather, flock together." The idiom is common, and by just saying, "birds of a feather," the meaning, "people of a similar personality type with similar interests typically gather together," is easily derived by native speakers, so the second half of the idiom, "flock together," can be dropped with the full meaning still being conveyed. Prepositional idioms are phrases in which meaning results from the choice of a noun or verb and a preposition that are matched to convey a figurative expression. There are not any rules for their use, so it can be difficult for individuals who are non-native speakers of a language to determine which phrase is correct for a given situation. Many people mistake prepositional idioms for phrasal verbs, but the main difference is that prepositional idioms are more figurative than phrasal verbs, that is, they give a metaphoric idea that differs exceptionally from its explicit meaning. The prepositional idiom, "in a minute," is frequently used and does not literally mean in 60 seconds, but very soon or in the near future. Thanks for joining us today. We hope that your understanding of idioms has improved. We encourage you to follow the links in the description for further information on idioms and feel free to watch our channel's playlist, Speaking Plus, for more assistance on aspects of spoken English. Please like, subscribe, and share, and as always, we wish you the best of luck.